Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. My name is Dan Jones, the president of Texas A&M University Commerce, and it is my pleasure on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, alumni, and the Texas A&M University system to welcome each of you to this commencement ceremony. I extend an especially warm welcome to the families and friends of graduates, especially those of you who have traveled far to attend this important event. The ceremonial mace you see on the platform is a gift from the faculty presented to the university on the occasion of its centennial in 1989. The mace was used in the Middle Ages, first as a weapon, then as a symbol of office. Today, we used it in academic processions to represent the high esteem we attach to our founding values, expressed by Professor Mayo more than a century ago: ceaseless industry, fearless investigation, unfettered thought, and unselfish service to others. I would like to thank Dr. Lavelle Hendricks, President of the Faculty Senate, for carrying the mace. Dr. Hendricks. The earning of a college diploma is a significant achievement in the life of an individual. This commencement ceremony is also an important event in the life of the university, representing its commitment to scholarship and high academic achievement. We are pleased today to confer undergraduate degrees upon 267 students in this ceremony. Throughout the day, we will confer 1,099 degrees in 3 ceremonies. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Janet Smalley, Chief of Staff for the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, who will bring greetings on behalf of the Chancellor. Ms. Smalley has served as Chief of Staff since 2006. Her duties include coordinating and assisting in the operational functions of the system offices, as well as facilitating communication and interaction between the Chancellor, his Executive Committee, the Chief Executive Officers of the system members, and the external community. In addition, she oversees the system offices of Policy and Planning, Equal Opportunity, and Special Projects. Ms. Smalley has a Bachelor of Science degree from Texas A&M University in College Station. Ms. Janet Smalley.
President Jones, distinguished guests, friends and families of today's graduates, and members of the Texas A&M University Commerce Class of 2011. It is my great honor to join you here today and bring greetings on behalf of the entire A&M system family. Today you receive a degree from Texas A&M Commerce, the 5th oldest university in Texas. What began in 1889 as East Texas Normal College has grown into a world-renowned university offering more than 100 graduate and undergraduate degrees. A degree from Texas A&M University Commerce is something of which to be proud, and we are very proud of all that you have accomplished today. You also join the Texas A&M University system family. With 11 universities across the state serving more than 120,000 students, the A&M system has a breadth and influence matched by few institutions of higher learning anywhere in the world. Our highest hopes reside with you and our greatest expectations. On behalf of the Chancellor of the system and by the authority of the Board of Regents, it is my sincere pleasure to authorize President Jones to confer the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereto. I wish you great success and happiness.
Thank you. I would now like to call upon my colleague, Dr. Larry Lemansky, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will introduce our speaker for this occasion. Dr. Lemansky.
Thank you, President Jones. I am delighted to introduce our distinguished and accomplished commencement speaker for today, Noah Lord Nelson. Born in Dallas, Mr. Nelson is an alumnus of Texas A&M University Commerce, class of 1973, with a BA in journalism. Currently residing in California, he is also an Emmy Award-winning journalist, voiceover talent, and former network correspondent for NBC News. In 12 years, as both a domestic and international correspondent for NBC, he covered stories such as the 1992 presidential campaign with Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr., and Ross Perot, the Civil War in El Salvador, the Guantanamo Cuba Detention Center, the political unrest in Haiti, and the drug wars in Mexico and Colombia, to name a few. He also served as an investigative reporter for 2 NBC News magazine shows. In addition, his many stories were carried by NBC Nightly News, The Today Show, NBC Now with Tom Brokaw, and the NBC News Expose. In 1996, Mr. Nelson transitioned into a career with NLN Media in Los Angeles, where he concentrated on media relations, community relations, and voiceover. He has since served as a community relations consultant for a proposed $2 billion redevelopment project for EMG Properties, performed as a character voice actor for animated projects like the Jackie Chan Adventures television series, reported for Life and Times Tonight, a nightly news magazine show for PBS, and narrated and edited a script for the PBS documentary Black Men in America, a primetime special on the status of African American men in the United States. Mr. Nelson has had numerous major awards and commendations over his career, including gold and silver medal awards from the New York International Film Festival, an Emmy nomination for Best Public Affairs Story for PBS, and an Emmy Award for Best News Series for his work at NBC. I am honored to bring to the podium a most distinguished and accomplished alumnus as our commencement speaker today, Mr. Noah Lord Nelson. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Provost Lemansky. I would like to acknowledge Chief of Staff of the AM system, Janet Smalley, University President Dan Jones, all distinguished alumni and faculty, and of course you, graduates, and your families and friends. Give yourself a hand or something. It is not just an honor for me to be here today, it is a sincere joy. This is my school, and many long friendships and good memories come from right here. After many years away, I look around and I see so many new things. The Theater Arts building is top-notch, new dorms, the Rayburn Center, you even have a planetarium. They didn't have any of that good stuff when I was here. I'm jealous. Even G Lake looks good to me now, and that used to be a swamp. The dorm I lived in the early 70s was Sykes Hall. It was more like an old Army barracks. If you can imagine, in the wing I lived in, 40 guys on a Saturday night with too much beer and one bathroom. It was not pretty. Those images still dance around in my head someplace. The maintenance crews, we had a lot of respect for them, but I have a feeling they hated each and every one of us. When President Jones asked me to give a commencement address, I actually stopped and I thought about the word commencement. It means beginning. And beginnings are exciting, aren't they? The beginning of the game, the start of the race, the excitement of a new relationship. But beginnings can also bring anxiety. And some of you graduates may be feeling anxious about what's going to happen to you now that school is over. You might wonder, well, what's going to happen? Can I actually find a job? And what's going on in America? Well, you can feel it. Our nation's economy is struggling. People are losing their homes. Americans are in the streets demanding greater accountability from their institutions and their leaders, and parents are worried about feeding their children. Our country is divided politically, socially, racially, by economic class, immigration status, religious beliefs, and we're at odds over things like abortion, gay and lesbian rights, and who deserves health care or who doesn't. On top of it all, our country is at war. Our country and our soldiers are at risk in foreign places, and many are coming home with nothing but empty promises to face. It's a frightening and frightened world out there. Now, I'm not a motivational speaker, so Tony Roberts doesn't have to fear anything I have to say. I'm a realist by nature and a journalist by training, and I tend to look at things not in the rosiest of ways, but I think the way they are. But be assured that this is a speech about encouragement. If I had to give it a name, the title would be Fearlessness in Fearful Times, the Art of Psychological Survival and the Importance of the Defining Moment in One's Life. Now, my wife, Diana, thinks that's way too long. And she's an English teacher, and so she's probably right about that. So I've shortened it to Fearlessness in Fearful Times. Oddly enough, when I graduated in 1973, the world looked a lot like this one to me. The economic recession of the 70s was just beginning. American factories were closing down. People were losing their jobs. Gasoline went from 25 cents a gallon to $1 in seemingly overnight. Citizens were protesting and demanding civil rights, social justice, equality for women, and the accountability for the crimes of the Nixon administration. And our country was at war. The open war in Vietnam and the secret war in Cambodia and other parts of Southeast Asia. Many vets came home as shattered men, or they just didn't come home at all. Now, I mention the parallels between now and then because you graduates are not the first class or generation to face tough and uncertain times. Every American generation has to face its challenges, and so far every generation has made it, and yours will too. But individually, why do some people survive and thrive in hard times and others don't? Well, I think it's how they see themselves. I believe that self-awareness, inner knowledge, and an openness toward others gives them an edge that angry, frightened people simply don't have. Fearlessness is their secret weapon. The instant you start to believe that your destiny is in your hands and not in the hands of the president, or Wall Street, or Congress, or TV, or the Cowboys, or luck, your chances in the world get a whole lot better. Your greatest resource, graduates, is you. It's you. And you, many of you working together, can make your lives a lot less tenuous and scary. Now, one of the things I think you should have in your psychological toolbox is the ability to recognize what I call a defining moment. A defining moment. It's a moment that tells you something real about who you are and how far you've already come. A flashing moment that allows you to see into yourself and lets you recognize that you have something unique to give to the world that it needs. It is a moment that somehow changes you and focuses you. It is a moment of clarity and awareness. Now, a defining moment can come anytime, any place, on a mountaintop, in the middle of a crowd, in the solitude of night. Unfortunately, some people never recognize their defining moments because they have shut themselves off from hearing their own inner voice, and they only hear the noises that the world makes. Now, I'm fortunate because I have an actual photograph of one of my defining moments, and I'd like to share that with you, along with a story. Now, look at the monitors here. This is a picture of me on the day that I met Ronald Reagan. And that's Reagan on the right, that's me on the left. It's an old picture, wasn't sure you knew who he was. Now you notice his hair, mine and his, we had a whole lot of Afro sheen and hairspray in the room that day. along with 6 Secret Service agents and Nancy Reagan, who was giving me an eye that was sort of like this, very suspiciously. Now, I show you this picture not because I'm a big political fan of Ronald Reagan, but because he did me a gigantic favor. He participated in my defining moment, or one of my first. I was a young reporter, and I was working for Channel 5 in Dallas, and the station had chosen me to interview Reagan. Somehow it came up at the beginning that I had supported Jimmy Carter, and Reagan thought that was pretty funny. But he was nice to me anyway, and I was excited about doing the interview because I was going to get Ronald Reagan to say something that he had never said to a reporter ever before. Now, I didn't know what that was, but I was going to get him to do what they call in the news business, make news, say something important. So I came out swinging. I asked him about the Arab-Israeli peace process, his economic theories, what he was going to do about the Cold War and the Russians. About halfway through the interview, I realized that Mr. Reagan had dodged, shimmied, evaded, boogalooed past every one of my questions. He had not answered anything. I hadn't laid a glove on him. It was like me playing the Green Bay Packers by myself in the snow. I was outmatched. He was very good. Well, the interview ended, and I thought I had failed. It had been my big chance, and I hadn't gotten my subject to say anything important or relevant at all. No news came out of that interview. But as we stood up to take our microphones off, Reagan stepped toward me and said, "Good job, young fella. Good job. Good job, young fella." Now, Reagan had been an actor, and I knew that, but I didn't think he was acting at that moment. I actually believed him, and all of a sudden the air came back into my lungs. His words made me realize something, that I had been taking myself for granted, that I hadn't given myself enough credit. I hadn't failed at all. I remember thinking, here I am talking to the most powerful person on the planet, and I'm holding my own. And that's not too bad for a kid from South Dallas and a working-class family. My father was a waiter, and my mother worked on the assembly line at Texas Instruments. And racism and 100 other personal disappointments had not stopped me from being in that room that day. Realizing that was a defining moment for me, and all of a sudden I knew that the goal of becoming a good reporter and a network correspondent was in reach and not on the other side of the universe or just a complete fantasy. I could do it. Some years later, as a correspondent for NBC, I would meet Reagan again on his way to meet Gorbachev, the Soviet leader, for a summit. It was the middle of the night on an Air Force base in Alaska. Walking my direction, he glanced over and stopped and said, "Hey, Dallas, good to see you again. How you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing fine, Mr. President. I'm doing fine." He, too, had remembered our encounter. A defining moment can come at any time and lead you anywhere. For you, graduates, this could be a defining moment as you look around and think about what you've accomplished to be able to sit where you're sitting right now. So graduates, fellow members of this fine university, I encourage you to do a few things. Be proud, be intuitive, and when the hard times come, and they will come, be fearless. May the fates bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson, for being so generous with your time and also for sharing with today's graduates how far a degree from Texas A&M University Commerce, or in your case, Old ET, can take you in life. As a token of our expression, we'd like to present you with a memento of today's occasion. This graduating class includes some students who merit special recognition. First is a group of students graduating with honors through the University Honors College. These students have completed a minimum of 30 hours of honors credit, culminating in the successful defense of an honors thesis. This time, I would like to recognize these students. Would you please stand so that we may recognize your achievements, our Honors College graduates. Congratulations. We would also like to recognize students graduating with academic distinction. The 3 levels of distinction are summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. The level of attainment is determined by the students' grade point averages. The names of these students and the levels of distinction are noted appropriately in your commencement program. Medallions noting the levels of distinction are worn today by these outstanding students. Would these students please rise, these graduates, so that we may recognize you at this time? Congratulations to all of you as well. Texas A&M University Commerce is committed to serving our military and veteran students. We are fortunate to have a special group of students in this graduating class whom we would like to commend for their service to our country. Would our active duty military and veteran graduating students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you for serving our country nobly and well. We are especially honored that so many family, friends, and special guests can be with us today to help celebrate our pride in these, our graduates. Many of you will want a permanent record of this event. For safety reasons and as a courtesy to those around you, we ask that you refrain from leaving your seats to take pictures during the actual ceremony. A professional photographer is on hand here at the front and will photograph the conferring of each graduate's degree. At this time, I call upon Dr. Brent Mangus, Dean of the College of Education and Human Services, who will present degree candidates from that college. Dr. Mangus.
Candidates for the degrees in the College of Education and Human Services, please rise. Mr. President, these candidates have met all the requirements for graduation from Texas A&M University Commerce. And on behalf of the faculty in the College of Education and Human Services, I recommend their degrees be conferred.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, the Board of Regents, and the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, I hereby confer upon you the particular degree to which you are entitled, with all of the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates please proceed to the stage to receive your degrees from President Jones?
Laurencio Tamayo, summa cum laude with honors. The fourragère will be presented by Dr. Stephen Ryson. Callie Hinton, magna cum laude with honors. The Fourragé will be presented by Dr. Eileen Falkenberry. Nicole Ashley Cardwell, summa cum laude. Christy Davis, summa cum laude. Deborah Howard, summa cum laude. Michelle Rahe, summa cum laude. Sarah Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Tammy Sisto, summa cum laude. Anjali Aguilar, magna cum laude. Shannon Baker, magna cum laude. Mandy Barrett, magna cum laude. Charlotte Cochran, magna cum laude. Alicia Gary, magna cum laude. Denise Griffith, magna cum laude. Karen Henderson, magna cum laude. Clint Hokut, magna cum laude. Christy Howard, magna cum laude. Lisa Jones, magna cum laude. Tammy Klein, magna cum laude. Sarah Lowry, magna cum laude. Amanda McGill, magna cum laude. Susan Miller, magna cum laude. Erica Navarro, magna cum laude. Dana Nichols, magna cum laude. Lindsay Reed, magna cum laude. Trey Russell, magna cum laude. Christina Self, magna cum laude. Karami Spencer, magna cum laude. Renee Stone, magna cum laude. Lisa Webster, magna cum laude. Amanda Wortman, magna cum laude. Corina Constante, cum laude. Dawn Davison, cum laude. Tony Emerson, cum laude. Betty Frost, cum laude. Diana Gibson, cum laude. Adriel Gonzalez, cum laude. Crystal Harrelson, cum laude. Michelle Hemingway, cum laude. Ashley Hill, cum laude. Heather Kruger, cum laude. Isabel Mayoral, cum laude. Karen McGee, cum laude. Kelly Meredith, cum laude. Amber Moss, cum laude. Lauren Murphy, cum laude. Lisa Niblett, cum laude. Alicia Phillips, cum laude. Rosetta Rue, cum laude. Carmen Rivera, cum laude. Ashley Rodriguez, cum laude. Kayleen Schneider, cum laude. Kimberly Sweat, cum laude. Anna Tatum, cum laude. Vanessa Tipple, cum laude. Carol Van Dever, cum laude. Courtney Watt, cum laude. Caitlin Zuckerman, cum laude. Heather Michelle Lynn Agnew. Karen Moore Allen. Christina Ariano. Esteban Ariola. Adorian Arthur. Esma Bassam Attili. Amanda Lewis Autry. Lauren Bain. Shelby Bain. Natalie Baker. Misty Abrams Belcher. Angela Denise Bell. Felicia Renee Benavides. Miranda Billy. Rainey Theus Bird. Stephanie Bland. Cody Bolton. Miranda Jean Briggs. Crystal Raylan Bright. Kimberly Brown. Stephanie Ann Brown. Tasha Pearl Rayanne Burkhardt. Thea Roslyn Pete Kane. Lauren Renee Campbell. Lisa Michelle Campos. Jenna Renee Chambers. Heather Renee Clark. Holly Clark. Michael Cleveland. Casey Lynn Cobb. Barbara Crabb. Danielle L. Cross. Jessica Cummings. Katrina LaShawn Davis. Meredith Lynn Davison. Stephanie Marie Dickerson. Calica Dipree. Sarah Duran. Amber Janae Dykes. Rebecca Lindsay Ellis. Amber Evans. Sarah Ann Fagan. Hugh Faison III. Dominique Fields. Monica Heaven Fisher. Cindy Garrett. Myra Gonzalez. Paula Guerrero Gonzalez. Erin Elizabeth Green. William Green. Erica Gregory. Bessie Harris. Carla Denise Harris. Lori Harris. Seth D. Hart. Tiffany Henry. Marcia K. Hester. Kimberly Denise Hickerson. Avis Camille Dortry Hicks. Amelia Megan Holman. Elizabeth Hobson. Rachel Horn. Jessica Ann Howders. Ashley Hudson. Cedric Bobby Lee Jackson. Lashara Janae Jefferson. Callie Ray Johnson. Kathy Johnson. Shauna Johnson. Amanda L. Jones. Crystal Janae Kiefer. Trudy Roberts Kelly. Jesse Kier. Amy Janelle King. Rachel Laura Kennard. Lauren Elise Kirk. Brittany D. Kitchens. Dorian Nicole Knowles. Megan Ann Kyle. Austin James Lambert. Diana Nicole Langs. Kathy Lynn Lennon. Eva Martin. Stacy Amber McCormick. Deborah K. McDowell. Megan Deanne McGuire. LaShawn McKinney Berry. Elizabeth Ann McGaffin. Rebecca Merca. Teresita Mojica. Carla Denise Montanales. Roxana Catherine Moody. Amy Lynn Moore. Lee McT. Moreno. Leandria Nicole Morgan. Ryan Morgan. Ashley Nicole Thrash Murphy. Brady Ann Merle. Timothy Ray Nicholson. Eric Christian Norris. Trevor Terrell Norris. Joshua Oliver. Erica Marie Olivo. Samantha O'Neill. Russell Lynn Parker. Taisha Parker. Shawnice Peltz. Robbie Pirtle. Sherry Presley. Kayla Prince. Angelica Reed. Amy Elizabeth Reeves. Caitlin Renfro. Timothy Kyle Rich. Rosa Maria Riojas. Clichette Rivers. Lakeisha Nicole Roberts. Devia Rogers Thomas. Juan Alberto Rodriguez. Misty Shea Rogers. Allison Joy Rudd. Angela Nicole Russell. Jessica Lee Sanders. Megan Denise Savage. Demetria Shantae Scott. Morgan Shields. Danielle Cisco. Deetra Ann Sladen. Tara Nicole Smith. Taylor Ann Smith. Caitlin Smitherman. LaDonna Spencer. Lisa Spencer. Cecilia Stamp. Michael Steiner. Kaylin Brooke Stevens. April Victoria Stewart. Stephanie Stockinger. Jessica Strickland. Suzanne Sunny. Shannon Glenn Swinford. Carrie Teal. Christy Tier. Ginger Thompson. Harrison Thompson. Cairo LeBron Thornton. Laura Tillman. Ashley Trent. Danielle Ramaya Turner. Trina Utt. Jacoby Relentless Veals. Christina Vega. Juan Velasco. Kimberly Verity. Larry Walker Jr. Stacy Walker Oliver. Tyvette Walls. Jaleesa Arenia Walton. Danielle Weeks. Elizabeth Suann Welch. Keely Nicole West. Jocelyn C. White. Ashley Weidman. Ashley Wilkerson. Kimberly Williams. Casey Wilson. Jessica Witherspoon. Jordan Yoder.
Please join me in extending congratulations to all of our graduates. The heart of a great university is the faculty and professional staff who give it life, many of whom are with us here today to celebrate this occasion. Graduates, I would ask that you join me in expressing our appreciation to the faculty and staff of this university. Faculty, please stand. Please note as well that the members of our platform party are listed in your commencement program. A special importance to the vitality of a great university are its alumni, especially those individuals who celebrate the pursuit of excellence through their lifelong loyalty to their alma mater. Mr. Dwight York, President of the Texas A&M University Commerce Alumni Association Board of Directors, is such an individual. Dwight is Senior Vice President of Bank of America and received a BS in 1976 in Economics and Agriculture and returned to earn his MBA in 1995. Mr. York, I invite you to bring greetings to these, our newest alumni of Texas A&M University Commerce, on behalf of their Alumni Association.
Thank you, President Jones. Families, friends, and graduates, on behalf of the Alumni Association, the Board of Directors and staff of the Alumni Association, I bring congratulations to our newest graduates. For those of us who sit where you sit today, we know this is an exciting day for you and your families. Today is an end of a journey for you that will have a tremendous impact on the rest of your lives. From this day forward, you are forever a part of Texas A&M University Commerce and the Texas A&M University system. As you end this journey and begin a new chapter in your lives, it is our desire that you always remember fondly your days as a student here and become a lion for life in support of the university. A university's strength comes not only from its faculty, staff, and administration, but from its alumni and friends. To keep that strength growing, we encourage you to stay connected through the alumni office, your academic departments, and your fellow graduates. You're now part of over 100,000 people that have received degrees from this institution since its beginning over 120 years ago. By graduating today, you've changed your future, your family's future, and your descendants' future. After the ceremony today, the Alumni Association staff invite you and your guests to enjoy refreshments in the alumni tent set up on the sidewalk across from the field house. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a group of students today that have represented the university with great pride. Would all the student athletes graduating today please stand? Thank you. I also have one personal message that I'd like to deliver. Avis Hicks, congratulations from Sandra and Gary Finney and your sisters at Alpha Kappa Alpha. In closing, we wish you success as you go forward. Thank you for choosing Texas A&M University Commerce as your university, and again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. York, and thank you to all of our alumni who have given so much to this university. And once again, on behalf of the faculty and staff, I offer each of you my sincere congratulations. At this time, please join me in recognition of the A&M Commerce Ceremonial Brass who provided the music for today's occasion. The brass ensemble will accompany us as we sing the Alma Mater, led by Dr. Randall Hooper, Director of Vocal Activities in the Department of Music. The words for the Alma Mater are printed on the back of the program and also appear inside the graduates' diploma covers. At the conclusion of the Alma Mater, we ask that you remain standing until the recessional has exited the facility. We also ask that the graduates and faculty continue the recessional march until reaching the doors. Thank you for joining us today. Dr. Hooper.